All right, welcome back to Teaching Crypto, everybody. This is Mr. FOMO in for AZcrypto, who is still out cruising the Caribbean seas, and we wish him the best as he does that. But Bitcoin is printing new all-time highs as we speak. Before we get started, hit that like, that subscribe, that bell notification, comment below, and share the videos you like. And don't forget, our merch store is open. The link is scrolling across the bottom. Bitcoin, let's go straight to the charts. You don't want to see my stupid face. Bitcoin posted new all-time highs today and is still pressing up against that level. As you can see here in the chart, 72.3 right now, hit 72.7 earlier. Over the last 24 hours is up about 4%. 7 days, it's up almost 9%. Over the month, it's up almost 50%. And on the year, 253%. If I would have told some people a year ago that they would make 253% on Bitcoin, they would have called me crazy, and they probably were calling me crazy behind my back at the time. But right now, I'm feeling pretty good, and you should be feeling pretty good as well. Let's get out of the charts and let's go into some history here. Start sharing a spreadsheet that we made. And let's look at March. Now, March historically, in this third column here, March historically is a pretty red month for Bitcoin. It's only green 38% of the time. And the monthly average move is actually, let's see, it's about 8.39%. However, there was a 178-point move in there at one point. And so without that anomaly, you have about a negative 5.77 return in March. And the average move in March, whether it's up or down, is about 26%. And without that anomalous move, it's about 13%. The average positive moves are 45% with that anomaly. Without it, it's about 12% to the plus side when it moves to the plus side. Then when it moves to the negative, its average is about 14% to the negative side. However, this March is different than every other March because this March precedes a halving event. And so, as you can see up here, each of the other halving events are marked with yellow numbers. And the last two halving events, the months leading into those halving events, we had a 25% move to the positive side. We had a 31% move to the positive side. And so, especially with March over the last 5 years being green, I think we can expect to see another green March because we are looking at a halving event coming up. Now, I know a lot of you are saying we're already green. I know that we are going to be even more green here in March as we keep pushing towards that halving event. Now, will the halving event month be explosive? It doesn't look like the last two. The last one was only a 7% move to the plus side, almost a 7% move. And we actually had a negative move during the month of the halving in 2016 to the tune of about negative 7.5%. And so the month of the halving, we might see it level off a little bit or even go negative. And then the month after the halving is definitely negative. Here you can see 2016, you saw a negative 5%, 2020 a negative 10%. So you might see a little bit of a cooling off period towards the end of March into April. We may go flat in April, but I expect May to be something of a bit of an ugly month as we hit the Halloween indicator, as we roll out of the halving event. You know, there's going to be a lot of hype. There's already the fear and greed index is already at 89 right now. I don't know if you saw that on the Bitcoin chart earlier, but once it gets into the 90s, that's really a time. And really, honestly, at this point, you should be taking profits or thinking about taking profits, not financial advice, but you should be thinking about taking profits at this point because of all these things that are happening. Now, am I saying take everything off the table? Not at all. because I fully expect March to continue green. I see Bitcoin butting its head up against its all-time high already. It may even explode through that tonight. Who knows? But March this year is the month before the halving event. I fully expect Bitcoin to continue on the tear that it's on, and then it'll cool off, maybe chop sideways, maybe have a major correction and then come back during the month of the halving. And then May, I fully expect to be a down month. And so over the next couple of months, it might be a good idea to start taking some of that hard-earned cash off the table. And for a lot of you, if you bought at the bottom, you are coming up on a year where you can, or you're past the year where you can take profits. And so you don't have to worry about taxes as much as some of the rest of us who've been buying here and there. And so this is a perfect time for you to maybe take some off the table, maybe buy something you need, maybe just protect it for now, because as we get into these later months in the spring and into the summer, you're going to have more accumulation opportunities and less profit-taking opportunities. And that is about all I wanted to talk to you about today. There's Mr. Slim. All right, you know what? I'm going to do a Litecoin segment. All right, so Litecoin after the halving is one that we actually expect to do well. And I don't have the chart up right now because I wasn't expecting Mr. Slim to be here. But Litecoin after the halving, historically, after the Bitcoin halving, has had a launch period. And so I fully expect Litecoin post halving to be one that maybe you can move your profits into, not financial advice, but maybe you can move your profits into Litecoin, because for the last two halvings at least, I think, and AZcrypto will have to back me up on this because this is his baby. But for the last two halving events at least, I'm pretty sure you saw a positive move from Litecoin, even as Bitcoin may have been trailing off a little bit. And so look for Litecoin post halving to maybe have a little bit of a bump and make you a little bit of money. All right, so that's everything for me today. And he is definitely the Litecoin guru. You are definitely right. I don't know much about it, to be honest with you. And so I'd have to have him here to tell us a little bit more about that. But I know that he would be excited that you were here. I know he'd be excited that we talked about Litecoin. And so I'm glad that you were here so that we could get that out of the way. But for AZcrypto, and remember, please like, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification so you don't miss anything from us, and comment below. And don't forget to hit that merch store, which is still running across the bottom. Yes, the BTC redheaded stepchild. We like to refer to it as digital silver most of the time, though. All right, for AZcrypto, this has been Mr. FOMO. Again, please hit that like, that subscribe, and share these videos that you like. And I will see you next time.